Alright, I'm back from Quebec, back from JM's farm. I've got still more content coming with that, but I thought I would just give you guys a quick update of where things are at on the farm. So this greenhouse is done for all intents and purposes. Standing, the lettuce in here is growing very well, though it is low light conditions because we're down to, I don't know what we're at now, maybe 8 or 9 hours of daylight. So things grow differently, they look different. They're not as dark green as they are in the summertime. And I've got my electrician coming today to put in the electrical here. That'll get the blower running, get the fans in here, get the heat in here. We don't really need the heat right now, but it'll be awesome to get this thing really finally set up properly. The other, last week before I left to JM's place, we had our gutters installed on the two greenhouses. And right now I've just got this really DIY way of running the water away from the greenhouses. Eventually what will happen is we're gonna dig down and put like a proper French drain type thing in here. There'll be a well that'll just be a deep well, like 4 to 6 feet, filled with river rock and crush, and then water will just go into there. Eventually, once I get my homestead more set up, I'll harvest that water. I'm planning to eventually dig a big cistern in the ground there and harvest rainwater, but hundreds of projects to do, kind of do what we can now to make sure things function properly. So today, what I'm going to be doing on the farm is I'm going to go harvest some lettuce for Mark and just kind of give you guys a little tour of what the farm looks like in the winter, or going into winter. It's still fall technically and still pissing rain. Thank God this greenhouse is done though. Cover crops coming along. I'm going to go and check out my other plot and see how they're doing there. And I'm going to be going around and just checking out how our green supply is going. So at this point, our product selection on the farm is really reduced. So we've still got carrots. We'll have those for most of the winter. We've got lettuce, which I'm going to check on the production of that lettuce, like how our successions are going to be coming along. Arugula is now finished. Baby kale is mostly in the field. We might get a couple more cuts from some beds in some low tunnels at another plot. Today I'm just going to take you here and our main urban plot where I've got the other greenhouses and the cover crops. We're going to go check that out. And I'm kind of just getting things ready. I'm going on another trip. I'm doing, and I'll do another video on this, but I've got a variety of guests, some friends of mine from the US and other places in Canada coming up here. We're doing what's called a mastermind group. I do this with once a year with a group of entrepreneur friends of mine. I've got Javin Bernakovich, Rob Avis, Grant Schultz, and Luke Callahan, all colleagues and good friends of mine, all coming up, and we're going to a cabin in the mountains to just kind of, be guys, share, talk about stuff, talk about business, talk about ways we can help each other and improve ourselves and our own lives, and how we can find ways to work together. So something I do every year. Again, I'll make another video on that. But so I'm going to do that for this entire week. Mark's going to be running the production of the farm. And so I've just got this one day while I'm back to give you guys a quick little tour of how things are looking for the winter and get some stuff ready before I take off. Just pulling up here at our Lawrence Avenue plot, and really delighted to see lots of good germination there. Cover crops coming along nicely. The rye has a tendency to come up first, but if I look closely in here, I can see that my peas are germinating just fine, and they should be up and flourishing within the next couple weeks. I'll make another video on cover crops at another time. So this is what I came here for, harvest some lettuce. So this is coming along nicely. We are, what are we today? November 7th, and these greenhouses were transplanted a while ago. I think we put them in, the plugs went in, I believe it was early October. And these 3 here have been cut, and then this one, I'm gonna cut that one today. And then on the other tunnel, I've got one more bed of lettuce, and I've got some spinach in here as well. So these are coming along, still not quite there, and that's all right. We've still got lots of lettuce, spinach in the field, so we don't need to worry about that right away. So basically what I'm looking at here is I've got these are 34 feet greenhouses, they're small. I've got two 34 foot beds of lettuce, and then I've got a couple other second cuts of stuff under low tunnels in the field. And what my initial thoughts are here is I'm trying to calculate what I've got, what I can expect for production over the next 3 weeks. And thinking about winter production is very different because everything grows a lot slower. Granted, the stuff in the greenhouses would grow a hell of a lot faster than anything out in the field, but still things do slow down a lot because we don't have the daylight. We don't have a lot of light anyways because it's so cloudy here in the winter. So I need to think about things more statically. It's like, what beds look almost ready now? Those ones are going to be not much different in a couple weeks. So we've got these two beds here, and then when I go back to the homestead there, we'll look at some of the beds of lettuce there and see what we've got. But I'm thinking pretty optimistically about this, knowing that the new greenhouse with those 8 beds of 50-foot lettuce, those ones are, I'm thinking 2 to 3 weeks out. So as long as I've got 2 to 3 weeks of lettuce with what we're going to look at today, then we should be right on target to start harvesting that main greenhouse into the winter. Well, that was probably more than half of what I normally get. You know, things grow slower in the winter, and these, I could have let these sit for another 2 weeks to harvest them. That's the beautiful thing about Salanova, is that the leaves don't get bigger, the head gets bigger, just produces more leaves. So it's that optionality of it that's great. But I needed it, so I had to harvest it at a little bit less than ideal time. All right, I'm out of here. Got my lettuce. Gonna head back home and check out what's there. Check this out. I planted these goji berries the year that I moved in this plot, so I guess they've been here 3 years. Still got berries on them. They produce all season long. It's insane. Like, you pick them from, I think it's June, until now it's November 12th. Unreal. So I've got one bed of lettuce under there in the front, and I think in another week to 10 days that one will be good to cut. So these guys here in the back, we're back to where we started, and oh yeah, that's good. So that one there, and then we've got, I think we've got 2 under here. What have we got? Yeah, so these are all pretty good actually. So I would say we are sitting pretty for greens. We'll have another week in the tunnels that I was at, and then the next week we can harvest up here, this stuff here, and then so that will give us 2 weeks, and then hopefully in 2 weeks we're ready to start cutting this stuff. So Mark is just in here cutting the little air bridges for when the blower comes in. So that's the blower's coming in today. So because there's channel lock between here and here, you need to bridge the air from there to there, as well as there's channel lock on this on the outside from here to here. So we need to get air down to there. So once we have the blower set up, we'll all see it balloon out. Well, that's it for the day. Don't think I'm gonna have the blowers hooked up in this greenhouse in time to get this video up, though the electricians are here now, so I'm hoping it will be done today. Next time we check in, this thing will be more finished, circulation inside, blower running, heater, all that kind of stuff, and I'm sure this lettuce will be a lot more grown by the time we check in next time.